Sydney Sweeney is terrific in the biopic Christy. I'll tell you why up next at Mark at the Movies. Well, friends, last night I had the opportunity to see AMC's Screen Unseen of Christy. It's a boxing biopic starring Sydney Sweeney. And delighted, didn't know too much about this film going in. She had a special introduction beforehand. And you guys, the transformation is spectacular. Seeing her all dressed up, really looking her best, and one of the most recognized women in the world right now for her beauty. She really did Charlize Theron in here, if you remember Charlize Theron with her Oscar win several years back. And Sydney Sweeney does the same thing. I'm not saying that Sweeney is even going to get nominated for an Oscar, but boy, what a year she is having this year. I thought her performance in Eden was really excellent. And now, two films in a row where she is really playing against type and not playing your typical blonde bombshell, but really sinking her teeth into acting. And I got to give her a ton of credit for that. So, what is this movie? Well, it's called Christy. It's a biopic, sports biopic about one of the first women boxers to really bring female boxing into the mainstream, Christy Martin. And this is now the third mainstream film that is a sports biopic set in the 80s, 90s area. You had Magazine Dreams earlier in the year. You had The Smashing Machine with Dwayne The Rock Johnson that came out a few weeks ago. And now you have this Christy with Sydney Sweeney. And I'll tell you, for me, of the three, comparisons, but this is the best of the three. Sydney Sweeney gives a majestic performance. And what I loved about this movie is while there is boxing in it, it's not about the boxing. It's about it's about Christy Martin's life. And I'll tell you, if 80% of this is true, whoa, what a tough life she had. Very conservative parents, and Christy is a boxer, and she is living an alternative lifestyle, and then ends up moving away and meeting her manager, who becomes also her husband, with another absolutely spectacular performance by Ben Foster. Ben Foster is majestic in this film, giving a really nuanced performance. He plays her trainer husband, and he's fidgety and he's uncomfortable and he's controlling and he's manipulative and he's, well, in parts evil. And what a nuanced performance he gives here. But really, the crowning jewel of this movie is Sydney Sweeney. She, of course, is transformed with the wigs that she wears and whatever they pad her up to look a little bit more butch, if you will, and not the blonde bombshell, like I said before. But really, in my opinion, what really transforms her in this is her excellent acting. While the script sometimes fails, I think there could have been more relationship building in some of this. Could have been a little longer. It's a longer movie, 2 hours and 10 minutes or so. Could have been a little longer. I'd have been okay with that. But her performance is nuanced. You could tell the inner struggle that Christy Martin had with who she was and who the world wanted her to be, with this incredible gift that she has that she wants to use, and how other people manipulate her to get what they want and control her. Really excellent piece in there. Chad Coleman in here gives a really fun performance with Don King, makes it his own. It's not a caricature. I really enjoyed that. And then also Merritt Weaver, who plays, is it Weaver or Weaver? Don't know. Who plays Sydney Sweeney's mother in the film, Christy Martin's mother. She gives a really um, toned, uh, conservative, uh, I guess it's not, they don't say she's Christian, but kind of this conservative Christian values person who ends up being one of the side villains in this, I would say. But she also gives a really excellent performance in this as well. Yeah, I would say I'm not sure if this is an Oscar nominee, but it would not surprise me if Sydney Sweeney at least got nominated in the Golden Globes category here. Depends upon what's coming out. Really have to give her props for all of her work and for her commitment to the acting craft. This movie is everything that I think Dwayne Johnson wanted the Smashing Machine to be, while the Smashing Machine avoided all the really serious and intense and uncomfortable topics. This film really explores the difficulties and the challenges of living in a world that wants to take advantage of you, from a husband that is manipulative and controlling, and perhaps parents that don't understand her lifestyle. I really enjoyed this film quite a bit. I got emotional towards the end. I would give this film a solid 3.5 stars. I don't think it's going to get too many Oscars, but I think Sydney Sweeney should be absolutely commended for an A+ performance in this. Well, what do you think? You gonna go see Christy in the next couple weeks? I would suggest it. Let's talk about movies down in the comments below. Would you like and subscribe this video for the algorithm? Let's go to the movies and talk about them at Mark at the Movies.